Ooh, all right. We got to get into this college football talk,
Oh, I forgot about that.
bro. Oh my word! A lot
A
of a
great,
lot
a
of a
great
lot of things to
weekend.
say.
A great
How was the
weekend.
game?
What can I say?
How was the game, first of all?
So I did. I got a chance to go to. So I'm a Georgia fan. Born, not raised totally, but lived there for a good chunk of my life. I'm a Bulldogs fan through and through. Got the chance to go watch the opener, Georgia Clemson. Um, yeah, I think we had a what were the what was our plus minus? I think it was like 13 and a half or something, like two touchdowns essentially we're going to beat them by. And we just absolutely beat the brakes off them. It was the first quarter. I was like, okay, I think it was like, it was close the first quarter, but
Right.
Beck ended up figuring it out, started slinging some absolute missiles around on the field. And yeah, and it ended up what, 34 to, oh
Three,
man. Yeah, three, I
37?
think.
No, 34.
I
Okay,
think it was
I'll
34.
say I was watching the first half.
A
I
shloah.
think Carson Beck threw past 5 yards twice in the first half. Okay,
Okay.
was not impressing me that much. He was managing the game like he was doing what he's supposed to do. If you have an offense like Georgia, he was managing the game. Bro, the second half was just a different story.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like they just came out and decided we're gonna win the football game. Like that's just kind of how it was. And Clemson, you could tell they had no shot. Like you could just tell, like they weren't gonna score. Like they,
Hmm.
you weren't gonna score. Like that's just kind of how it was. Like Georgia
Clemson's gonna.
is Georgia's elite on both sides of the ball. They're gonna be hard to beat. But I'm looking at their schedule. Georgia
Yeah.
has a Georgia
Hmm.
has a doozy. Like it's not
Some tough
they.
games.
I'm gonna say right now they're the best team in the country, but I'm not gonna say they're gonna go undefeated. I think
Yeah.
there's games in there where Georgia's gonna have a run where they've just played three ranked teams in the last
Yeah.
4 weeks, and maybe four out of four, and it's just gonna be they're just gonna catch one. Like they
Yeah.
have to bring it every game, and they can,
They can. They
but
can. They will.
like it's gonna be tough. And plus the SEC champ, oof.
What do you think about What do you think about Ohio State? A lot of people saying like they're like the only team that can actually like rival.
Okay, Ohio
Like,
State. I'm gonna be
what do you
honest.
think
I
about
didn't
them?
watch their game. Oh, they're playing Akron. Who gives anything? Okay,
Who
here's the thing.
cares?
But okay, Ohio State fans don't watch all the games. Okay, if you're a Ohio State fan out there and that does, obviously you're not included. But here, like I'm hearing, okay, their wide receiver, their freshman wide receiver is a dog. Okay, I'm like, what else is new with Ohio State? Like the, every year they have wide receiver just dogs, dogs, dogs. And
Yeah.
round one draft picks. It's like this is not new. I personally don't know how good Ohio State is right now this year. Okay. But it just kind of seems like every year they have this amazing draft class and they always fall short of something. And it's just, I'm not sure. I would be very hesitant to say that they're like, okay, are you asking me if they're going to win the Natty? They have a chance, obviously.
Yeah. No,
Their
I'm
their
more interested. Do you
schedule,
think they're do you think they're number two in the nation? Like, do you think they deserve that spot?
I don't know. I can't actually say that right now because I
Okay.
have no idea. I know last year, but like last year, no. Okay. Last year, definitely not number two in the nation. This year, I have no idea. I have to see them because they're playing Akron and it's week one.
Yeah.
Speaking of week
Yeah.
one, my Notre Dame Fighting Irish went to Kyle Field in College Station. See, I got it right this time.
You did get it right.
College game day, and everyone on College game day picks Texas A&M. Okay, they're
Really?
just like everyone picked Texas A&M, just claiming that Notre Dame doesn't know what they're walking into. Okay, if you're a Notre Dame hater out there, I understand why. Let me just explain. Like, okay. I'm just trying to think of a team that I don't like. All right. If they were independent and they got to choose their who they play against and just like pancake their schedule every year. I'm like, yeah, I don't like them. I mean, come on. That's that may be true. That's not the case for pancaking their schedule. The myth that Notre Dame pancakes their schedule to win all these games is it's a myth. Okay, it's not true. You look at the last several years, Notre Dame has had some of the toughest schedules in college football. Okay, all right. That was the narrative going into this Texas A&M game. They always lose the big games, and like yeah, it's not a big. And it's true. We do lose the big games. It's true. We do, but we're not claiming to be a top five program in the country. We are top
Wait, you're
10.
not? A
I'm
lot of
not.
Notre Dame
No,
fans are just like a lot of.
listen. I've been a Notre Dame fan for 12 years. There's never been one year I'm like, dude, we're a top three team. Okay.
Okay.
It's always been that second tier. We have always been in
Mm-hmm.
there's the S tier and then there's the A tier. We've always been consistently in that A tier, trying to knock someone, get lucky, knock someone out in the S
Mm-hmm.
tier. Okay. I'll admit that. But that's what makes it more fun to be Notre Dame. It's like we're so close. We're right there. This
Yeah.
year, this is we are elite on defense and we're good on offense. The offense will get better. We can get to really good, but our defense is elite. And it's we're closer. I think we're in that we're almost cracking the top five, I believe, this year
Okay.
in teams.
I like that. I like that. That's no, I'm looking at the scores right now, and then what? 23-13, a very handily
Hmm.
win. Um,
It
yeah,
came down to the
against a
end.
top 20 team.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Again in Kyle
I
Field. Like,
yeah, I like that. Though I was kind of it kind of reminded me of like Penn State fans. Penn State fans every year will always promise they're like, dude, we're gonna be so this is our year. We're gonna be so good this year, and they always end up being like
yeah.
just incredibly mediocre, and I love it. But
Yeah.
Notre Dame, yeah, they're always just solid. They're always good.
Yeah, like
But
it's hard. It's hard being it's a difficult place to be at. Because okay, also think of our where we are, okay? A football okay, Indiana is the basketball team, is the basketball state, okay? There's a big history in basketball in Indiana. It's just the basketball state. But
yep,
football in northern Indiana, why are they anything even close to the top 20? I think it's
yep,
a 7,000 student school that puts education over football. It's just like the odds are against us. And I think it's very impressive for what they've done to make a top 10 program consistently. I think it's very slept on. It's a very underrated part of college football. That's my personal opinion. But I'm a Notre Dame fan.
okay.
Yeah.
But
You tell me
you're
if
not
I'm
like just
wrong.
lumping the mid. You're not lumping the Midwest in there, are you? Because you have good teams like in the Midwest. Or you're just
Well,
saying like college. You're saying basketball forward teams.
okay, not part of everyone tells us to join a conference, to join the Big Ten. We've played every top team in the 21st century. Like I would say the top 30 teams consistently. We've played every single one of them. You go through the list, I'm like, yep, we've played them. Yep, we've played them. It, we don't, we're not scheduling. Yeah, you look at through our schedule. Yeah, this is an easier year. I'm gonna admit that it's an easier year. Okay,
Who's the toughest teams you have to play this year?
we just played them.
Oh,
Okay,
really? They're the
USC.
toughest team.
USC just beat
Okay.
LSU.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. That
I,
was a
would-
good
I
game.
would I would say Florida State, but they're 0-2. My goodness. Well, Florida State, no, I'm not worried about them.
Yeah. Well,
They
what
can
happened to them
go.
being one of the best teams?
I don't know what happened. But we also play.
Overrated.
Okay, we played Georgia Tech, who stomped on. Well, they didn't stomp
Okay,
on.
they're
They
kind of
beat them.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, Georgia Tech. Um, you never know how good Stanford usually sucks. I think they're gonna suck this year. Louisville,
Okay,
like,
yeah.
and then everyone else is pancake.
Okay.
You go through Ohio State's schedule, it's three good games and pancakes, the rest of them. It's the same
Okay.
as Notre Dame. Okay, they're just in the Big Ten. So I don't know. Yeah,
I like that. No, that's good. No, well, I think we're lucky to be in the place we are. We have two good football teams. Hopefully some good games, good years. Georgia has a tough schedule.
dude.
Some crazy
Oh my
games are going to be
word.
happening. And
Oh,
honestly, I thought Clemson was going to be, I think it was going to be a lot closer of a game. Um, One of my friends, he's a Clemson fan. He was there at the game. He said 24-27. It could go either way. I'm just like, wow, that's not based at
who's
all.
this? Who's this
Um,
Georgia fan? I'm a Clemson
no,
fan.
no. Do you know George Yoder?
Yeah,
Uh, oh yeah. Oh, yeah. How do you know
yeah,
George?
George. Huh?
How would you know George?
Colorado.
Oh,
I've known him for like 8 years.
now he's a Clemson fan. He lives in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Um, so like I get it. You're biased, and Clemson a couple years ago was incredible, but that's
hmm
been
It's
they're just
been
not the
eight
same. They're
years.
not the same. Whoa, 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 whoa. And
Wait,
many
wait,
years.
7 years since
I'm
they're
thinking
natty.
like, has it really?
Yeah, it's 2017.
Oh, wait, right, but wow,
That's crazy, ain't it?
wow,
They won
wow.
2015, 2017. The first title was 9 years ago.
Dude, that doesn't feel right. That feel like
That
it should
doesn't
be
feel right.
a lot less time ago. Wow. Dude, time flies when you're having fun, I guess.
And let's see. Notre Dame's last has only been what 36 years ago. Dude,
And
Notre
Georgia was
Dame.
what, like
I don't remember
2 years,
Georgia. I don't think ever
2 years
won.
ago?
I
Oh
don't
yeah,
remember
no,
them.
no, I don't think no, they suck. They win like a
Notre
couple games
Dame
every year.
has more natties than Georgia, so I'm just gonna say that. I know it was back during like the wars and stuff, but like,
During the wars, all the good football players are all fighting. Notre Dame's just like, we're gonna keep all ours so we can win.
but a natty is a natty. And how many did Georgia have?
Total
Yeah,
3. How many do we have?
Notre Dame has 11.
Ain't do they actually have 11?
They do have 11.
Wow, pop
From
off. When he said the last one was 36 years ago?
it was in 88,
Oh
1988,
yeah.
where we
Oh,
beat Michigan. Yes.
you beat
So
Michigan.
we were in the Natty in 2012, and we got just kind of destroyed by Alabama. It was the Alabama days where, yeah,
Hated those days.
I hate those days.
Hated those days.
Please let those days be over.
It's
I
it's
will
looking like they're
say,
over. It's
I've
looking like it.
always, I've always wanted, like, I've never hated Georgia. I've never hated Clemson growing up. Like now they each have two natties in the last 10 years. It's like you can't, you can't, as a fan of college football, you can't just like a team that has won two natties in the last 10 years. You know,
Yeah, you
like
can. Why can't you?
because they're not your team, and you just have to pray for their downfall, basically. That's not
Oh,
saying I.
so like you're saying, like looking like you can't be a fan now, is what you're saying.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no, no, no.
No,
That
I'd
well,
agree
that's
with you.
not quite what I
Yeah.
was saying, but like as a general rule, you just kind of have to root against them. That's just how it is.
No, I get
Okay.
that. Like that's how it was for Alabama. It's just like, well, for us, I mean, they were keeping us from winning, but
hmm Yeah,
yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
I'm glad. Yeah. What else? Did you see the Ole Miss game,
Uh-uh.
dude? It was in the third quarter, 73-0 against Furman.
Oh, well, of course, yeah. I
Against
did see the final
Furman.
score on that. That's crazy.
That's it was just ridiculous. I think the first three
That's just the
quarters it was like 21 points, 24 points, and 28 points each
bullying.
quarter.
Like
Oh,
that's just the bullying, and like I probably in what the third quarter, the fourth quarter, they put in all their backups, their second strings, right?
they had over 500 yards passing. Their backup quarterback, hold up, just okay. Texas A&M quarterback, Connor Weigman. Okay.
Okay.
Ole Miss backup quarterback had more passing yards than Connor Weigman.
Oh, you're trying to do a little comparison there.
Like
How long did their backup play though?
only the fourth quarter.
Only the fourth quarter, and he had
Only
more
the fourth
passing
quarter.
yards.
I believe so.
Okay.
He had like 111 yards. Connor Weigman had 100.
You're proud of that, aren't you?
Okay, I'm not. It's easy to be proud of that, but Connor Weigman
A
is not
little,
him.
yeah, he's not.
He is not him. But no, that also has stuff to do with Notre Dame's secondary. Their secondary might be the best in the nation.
Hmm. We'll uh
We'll
we'll
see.
let that sit for a little bit. We'll spend a couple
If
more
there's
weeks
anything
watching some
that they can
football, and we'll
compete,
come back to it.
that's to their most elite position, and that's what I've been
Okay.
hearing. At least I'm not a very good college football analyst. I'm just gonna admit that right now. More of a player myself, but no. um, but that seems to yeah, and it's definitely like noticeable. Like even for the average fan, that you can see, okay, yeah, they have a good defense.
Yeah. Okay, dude, I'm excited to watch some more football. Um, I'm more of a casual football fan. Like I'm not like a diehard. I usually watch I watch Georgia games and
Hmm.
maybe like other like top 25 matchups. Some of them, but definitely not all of them. Like yeah,
Hmm.
but I am excited for some football this year. It's gonna be a good year, that's for sure.
All right.